Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and this time we're back at what's going to be the most popular item, I'm already sure, from the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra line. The new Cobra HISS Tank version 0.5, or version 5. And this guy is just, I can't describe how much I've been looking forward to this guy. Of course, over here you've got your Cobra HISS Tank driver, which is actually a very nice update of the classic look, and the one we got in the 25th anniversary line. Of course, on the top of the package here you can see the HISS tank. Over here you've got a picture of the Cobra HISS driver, and it says, G.I. Joe is the code name for a special operations unit of highly trained men and women. Their purpose is to defend the world against Cobra, a ruthless organization with criminal tentacles in every nation on Earth. Of course, over here you just have another picture of the HISS tank. And down here you actually have the HISS tank driver's file card. And it says, Cobra HISS tank drivers are the most highly trained and aggressive drivers in the Cobra ranks. They have to be. They're at the controls of one of the most sophisticated and destructive ground weapons in the world. They unleash the full force of this new weapon in the desert battle against the G.I. Joe team. Mission equipment, J-36 short burst laser weapon. And of course, the final part, which is the back here. I'm interested to see what color the actual HISS tank is, because here it's black and over here it's kind of an olive drab color. But up here it says, as the desert battle unfolds, Cobra unleashes its devastating new weapon, the Cobra HISS tank. The chassis elevates and rotates 360 degrees to expand visual range and shut down any surprise attacks. Extreme terrain treads speed over the roughest ground as the tank punctuates its message of destruction with an explosive blast from its pulse cannon. Of course, it says spinning Gatling gun, firing cannon, elevating 360-degree attack position, working treads, interchangeable weapons, opening front and rear cockpit, and of course, real working treads. So very nice looking here. Of course, this is what the entire G.I. Joe series seems to be getting at, is the whole, this is Cobra's new ultimate weapon. Every environment seems to be they're trying to find where this is hidden, and the desert environment seems to be the final battleground for it. But I am extremely excited for this bad boy. Let's pull him out of the packaging. And before we have a look at the HISS tank, we're going to look at the HISS driver himself, who surprisingly came with a backpack, a revolver, and the same staff the Cobra Commander figure is going to be issued with in the first line of figures. Which is really interesting, and just to get a comparison here, here is the 25th anniversary Cobra HISS tank driver. And as you can see, while they've changed him up, they've definitely kept him relatively the same, which is a really nice little touch. Of course, I'm pulling the staff out of his hand. As you can see, there's some very nice Cobra detail in there. A lot of little places that are supposed to look like snakes. Over here he's got his revolver. Of course, his articulation, standard for Joe's. His arms go out to about here. Spin, bend at the elbow, as well as spin. Wrist joint. Chest articulation is a little hindered due to his body armor, but all this is removable. As you can see here, you just unpeg that, but for this review, I'm not going to take all his body armor off. Of course, head does a full 360, some very slight up and down. Legs go out to here, forward and back, double jointed at the knee, and ankle joint. So, a very, very solid figure to come with the Cobra HISS tank. Pushing him and his accessories aside, I just wanted to get a look at the sticker sheet really quick, and you'll see the very numerous amount. They gave you 2 of every letter and number to fully customize your HISS tank any way you want it, which is really nice. And the final thing we're going to be having a look at before the HISS tank is this little piece of marketing fluff, which has been folded 5 million times once again. Of course, the same look at the first 2 waves of figures. It's going to be hard to tell because of all the wrinkles in the packaging. And back here, the Jungle Viper and Recondo next to the Vamp. But that being said, let's move on to the Cobra HISS tank. And here we have the Pursuit of Cobra HISS tank out of packaging in its, I guess, pursuit mode. And this is after full sticker application, and I have to say, sometimes a toy company, they just get it perfect. I mean, right on the money, and this is one of those rare times. This guy is fantastic. Of course, let's get a quick look at its assault mode. As you can see there, of course, it does a full 360. in its assault mode, and as you can see, it's moving treads. You can see the actual wheels moving as well. It's not just the rubber moving around, which is a fantastic little detail. Let's actually get it plugged back down in here for a moment. Of course, it only rotates when it's completely elevated, but just an overall amazing job on. As you can see, it's actually surprisingly brown. At least it looks brown. Not black, not an olive drab. I was kind of hoping for black, gotta be honest, but it's not the end of the world. But as you can see there, my customized name tag. Had to cram it in there, but I got it. And of course, the opening cockpit right here. As you can see, the Cobra HISS tank driver in here. It's actually, you can see the stickers up here that look like the readout, like little scans of the battlefield. Of course, he's holding on to his little control stick right here. Let's actually pull him out. Actually, see, there's some very nice detail in the cockpit. Let's close it back up and actually get around to back here. As you can see in the back, you actually snap this off. Looks like this came unplugged really quick. I'll show you. Of course, you see these cords back here. They actually plug into this. That's the first time. I've been messing with this thing for quite some time now, and that's the first time the cords have come unplugged. But as you can see, they just kind of open and close with the actual HISS tank. But you fold this down. Let's get the light in here better. And you can actually see there's like, you put him in here kind of laying on his back. And once you've got him in here, the bar closes over him to keep him in. And you just close it up. If I can actually, I got him in here right? Oh, his arms are out too far. I would think, yep. As you can see, your HISS tank actually fits 2 HISS drivers. So that is fantastic. Of course, you've got your guns on the front here, which pivot. Then right back here, you've got your 2 main guns, which, let's pick the camera up to get a better look at them. As you can see, you've got the chain-fed Gatling gun here, and you actually have the switch, which, as you can see, spins the guns from side to side. Sometimes it can be a little, the chain gun can, this side-to-side movement can make the belt actually come out, but it's a very minor problem. One other thing about the chain gun is if you see right here, when you spin the gun, you can actually see the interior moving, which is very nice, or vice versa. So panning back out one last time. This is a fantastic vessel. More than worth all the hype that's come out. These are just very sparsely showing up in a few areas right now. Mainly Toys R Us. That's where I got mine. You gotta make sure it's exactly right on or it won't stay closed though. Very minor gripe about it. You can actually see here the tab, the way it sticks in there. 110% worth the hype. $25 price tag, although I did get mine on sale with the Wolfhound, a buy one get one half off deal. And another great thing about this is it has interchangeable weapon ports. You want to take your missile launcher off, stick it on the side over here, or right up under here. Of course, it works the same with the Gatling gun as well, but there's no other place to unplug in the bullets. I mean, the chain belt. As you can see, when you push it down, you can't keep your hand up here because that button's very sensitive. You just touch it once, and the whole HISS tank is going to raise up. There we go. So, oops. I wonder if that latch is catching. Looks like the latch has a tiny bit of trouble catching when you first push it down. If you aren't dead on the money with this, if you don't have it turned perfectly dead center, then that latch isn't going to catch. But once again, that's a minor problem. Overall, 110% worth the hype. $25 price tag, and I cannot recommend this thing enough for 25 bucks. Fits 2 drivers, can fit multiple weapons. The weapons have the switch, of course, and you've got both modes with the fully the full motion on it. I've got to say, this is by far one of my favorite G.I. Joe toys ever. Not to mention it comes with your HISS driver. Although that is getting a little bit irritating. But, fantastic. Rush out and pick it up. And this is JTrain997 saying I'll see you soon, YouTube.